Hey guys, so today we're going to be making a inverted canvas, and I'm going to show you how, but some supplies you're going to need are a staple gun, a razor blade, make sure you know how to use one safely or you have parental supervision, some pliers, and scissors, a hammer, and a saw could be useful, or something to cut through wood depending on how difficult it is to cut out a bar. So yes, and then paint, whatever you need to decorate, some stain, and some old rags. That's all you're gonna need to make this. And this part is optional. I'm not going to show you how to make that. You can put whatever you want. I'm just teaching you how to make the frame like this. So we're going to start by cutting right above the staple line, right next to the end. But also you don't want to cut on the end. You just want to cut right on this staple line. And this is going to remove the canvas from the frame. So you're going to take your knife or whatever you're using, and you're just going to cut. Now you want to be really gentle. Don't go crazy and accidentally go off path and hurt yourself. Be very careful with the knife. Okay, so I have one side done, and this is what it looks like. Sorry, I dropped my razor. So this is what it looks like. You're ready to stick your hand in and see, it's detached, but I still have a little there, and we are going to rip that off. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so now that I've completely cut off the sides, I'm going to remove the canvas from the bar, and there could be a few spots that are still stuck. That's okay. Just very kindly rip them off like that. And then if it's really stuck, go ahead and just cut it off with the X-Acto knife. Okay, now that we have that off, you're just going to set that to the side and remove the white edging from here, stuff that's still stuck on. So I'm just going to take an end and pull, and be careful because the staples may come off with it, so you may need a pair of pliers. Okay, so I have my pliers, and we're going to go ahead and grab the staple and just pull it out. And then you want to make a pile. Don't put them on the floor. Don't want to step on them. I'm just going to pull again. It's okay if staples are stuck in there. You just want to make sure you have fabric. The fabric is the important part. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I got my last string off, and now we are left with a bunch of staples in the back, which is completely fine. You don't need to remove them unless you want to. So now we're gonna, this is where the possible hammer comes in. You can either, just demonstration, have two sections in your reverse canvas, or you can remove this and just have one big section. I am going to remove this, and I'm going to show you how. Now, if you're not going to remove this, go ahead and skip over this, because everything is the same. So basically, you're going to take a hammer, and you're going to kind of beat it, a lot. Okay, so we got it out. We did end up having to use a saw because this one was really well made. So you may need to saw it out, whatever you need to do to get it out. But we have this, and now we're gonna go stain it. So let's go outside. Okay, so in order to start the staining process, you're gonna need some paint or stain. I am using the color True Black because I really want to contrast this on my wall. So we're going to use a very dark color. And then you're going to need a paint key to open your can, and some gloves and a bunch of rags, or 2 really thick kitchen rags that you don't want. So I'm going to split my bunch of rags in half, because when you stain it, this set is going to be for staining, and then the other set is going to be to wipe up any excess stain so it doesn't get like really, really dark, because I just want it to be a little dark, not super dark. So I'm going to open up my paint, really shake it up first. It should come right off. And I'm going to start with the back, but first I'm going to put my gloves on. Okay, so I'm going to start staining. I already stained one side. It's going to look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other sides. So you want to go with the grain of the wood. So if the grain is going this way, I'm going to go this way. If it's going this way, you go that way. Just going to apply it on. Really make sure there's no white spots. Since we're using such a dark color, it'll be super noticeable. And then you're going to go like that. And get it all off, all the excess off. Okay, so now that I have it all stained, we're going to go attach the canvas. So let's go back inside because it is hot out here. Once you've stained your frame, you can decorate your canvas however you want. I did this little thing. It's me and 2 thumbprints, and I just put that down because it's me and a friend's. And then we're going to cut off the edges. I already did these. And so I'm just going to finish this. And when I say edges, anything that sticks out past the edge of the frame. But you want to make sure that the sides of the frame are covered. So just cut off as minimal as possible. Okay, so now that I finished cutting off all the sides, and it's going to fit, I'm going to take the edge, and I'm going to take it, put it down. Make sure all the edges are lined up properly. Just like that. And then you're going to take your staple gun and staple it down. But make sure it's like centered and such. So if you need to, go ahead and do it like this. Make sure you're on a flat surface. I definitely was not. So we're going to go ahead and double check. But yeah, see, that's sticking out too far. Okay, just like this. Then I'm going to staple it down. So, just to clarify, in case no one knows how to use a staple gun, it's fairly simple. You apply pressure to the area you want to, and then you just down the clamp. So here is our finished product. You have your inverted canvas. I'm turning it sideways so you can see all. A little tip, make sure you stain everything before you put on the canvas, because I made that mistake and I noticed there was a stain in the groove right here, and I tried to and I got some stain on the white canvas, but that's okay. But here we go. And that is your inverted canvas.